This video is brought to you by BetterHelp, H-E-L-P.
Hello.
Hey, it's Alex. Alright. Hey man, how are you? Good to see you, man. It's following you, man. What's up guys? Salut. This is Alex. I'm right now in London in the UK and I'm filming with Sorted Food. Sorted Food are one of the most respected food channels on YouTube and have been around for more than 10 years. The channel was created by a group of friends, Barry,
Salut.
Ben,
Bonjour.
Mike,
Hello.
and Jamie. Do you want to say hello for my camera?
Hello for your camera.
They share a passion for cooking and want to inspire others to get creative in the kitchen. Their videos are fun and they always have a laugh, whether it's a recipe video, a cooking challenge, a food tasting, or a kitchen gadget review. So we are currently filming a few episodes for their channel where we are reviewing gadgets and tasting pretentious ingredients. And while we were doing this, I thought, why don't we do a little challenge for this channel as well? And I thought ramen could be a good topic. So the challenge works like this. There are two teams. In this case, team 1 is me and team 2 is Jamie and Barry. The goal of the challenge is to create the tastiest bowl of ramen that you can. Starting from a packet of instant ramen, by using creativity, technique and experience, you must supercharge your bowl to the best of your ability. Now, in order to improve the basic packet of instant ramen, each competitor has access to a normal pantry. In here you can find a wide range of fresh and tasty ingredients and you can pick as many of these ingredients as you like. So that would be the normal pantry that we can use.
Okay.
And I feel like we shouldn't limit ourselves in terms of number of ingredients right here.
Okay.
Now to spice up the challenge, besides the normal pantry, there's also a super pantry. The super pantry holds special power-up ingredients. Ingredients that can elevate your dish to another level and basically allow you to win the challenge because they are so damn tasty. But the super pantry also holds trick ingredients. Ingredients that can destroy your opponent's dish because they've literally never been seen in a bowl of ramen and hopefully will never be seen again. Now, obviously the super pantry doesn't have just an open access. No. The key to unlock the super pantry is a ramen quiz. Both teams will be asked the same question, and if answered correctly, the team can decide to either pick a power-up ingredient for themselves, that's bonus, or, and that's very mean, pick a trick ingredient for their opponent. Whatever ingredients you end up with, they must be used in the final bowl. Cooking time, 20 minutes. At the end of the challenge, an impartial judge, in our case Ben from Sorted Food, will determine who is crowned the best ramen chef.
I know you said we were good at games and food, but I feel like you've just taken it up a level.
I hardly think so. I think you've got
Yeah,
way more experience.
we could monetize this.
Yeah.
So, alright, so I think we have a plan. Good,
Cool.
let's do it. So maybe we start the questions?
Yeah.
Now, to be totally fair, we've asked ChatGPT to create the quiz for us.
Alex from French Guy Cooking and Barry and Jamie from Sorted Food. Get ready to taste your ramen knowledge and see who will be crowned the ramen master.
Man, we are unemployed starting from this day.
Are we ready for question 1?
Yeah.
Yes! Alright, and now a few words from our sponsor, BetterHelp, H-E-L-P. Is something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals? Regardless if you have a clinical mental health issue like depression or anxiety, or if you're just going through a hard time, therapy can give you tools to approach your life in a very different way. And that is why I am excited to tell you about today's sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and more accessible. And this is an important mission because finding a therapist can be really hard, especially when you're limited to the options in your area. BetterHelp is a platform that makes finding a therapist easier because it's online, it is remote, and by filling out a few questions, BetterHelp can match you to a professional therapist in as little as a few days. With BetterHelp, it is easy to sign up and get matched with a therapist. There's a link in my description. It is betterhelp.com, HELP/Alex. Clicking that link helps support this channel, but it also gets you 10% off your first month of BetterHelp so you can connect with a therapist and see if it helps you. And because finding a therapist is a bit like dating, if you don't really fit with that therapist, which is a common thing with therapy, you can easily switch to a new therapist at no additional cost. So if you're struggling, consider online therapy with BetterHelp. Click the link in the description or visit betterhelp.com/Alex. Thank you again, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this video.
Are we ready for question 1?
Yeah.
Yes!
What is the primary ingredient used to make the broth for a traditional Japanese ramen? A. Miso, B. Soy sauce, C. Dashi, or D. Mirin?
Oh.
The answer is C. Dashi.
Get in.
Yes!
Okay, right.
Okay.
Good start.
Good start.
Giving him mozzarella.
That reaction says. Nyag! Return the favour or take one for yourself?
Treat myself with pork then.
Oh, yeah,
Pork and mozzarella. Delicious.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go for the second one.
In Japanese ramen terminology, what does the term chashu refer to? A. The noodles, B. The broth, C. The marinated pork topping, or D. The spicy seasoning?
I think, yeah.
And the answer is C. The marinated pork topping.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Chasu pork.
Yeah, cool.
So you guys have this. Carolina Reaper.
Excellent.
Crazy hot.
Okay. Thinking either prawns.
For us.
Think of the pork.
In
think
the
of the
middle.
jelly in the broth.
Yeah.
And melt that down
Crazy.
into amazing broth.
I would never do that.
Taking it.
If you serve it in the shell, I would be bold. Alright, so last question.
What is the name of the famous ramen dish that originated in Sapporo, Japan? A. Tonkotsu ramen, B. Shoru ramen, C. Shio ramen, or D. Miso ramen?
No, because that's different.
That's different.
Yeah.
The answer is D. Miso ramen.
I reckon that's not going to be great.
No!
Pork and salmon.
Pork and salmon's not a thing, is it?
It's not
No, it's not a thing. It could be a thing.
It's not though, is it?
And mine are like pork belly with like gochujang on it and then mozzarella. This one is a big carb.
That's gonna
be
work. I
honest.
mean, that
I think that,
sounds.
yeah.
I don't even know how to use this, in all honesty. Now, we've not even started cooking yet and I'm already feeling the pressure. I know what you're thinking, because you may think that having made 2 series on ramen, I must have the upper hand here. Well, it's more complicated. Firstly, there's one of me and 2 of them. And as they say, 2 heads are better than 1. Also, they know this kitchen like the back of their hands. I don't. They're playing on home turf. And finally, I've got a little bone to pick with these guys.
I got a bone to pick.
You see, in their videos, Barry and Jamie is referred to as the normals. That's because they do challenges against the professionals.
Over there is our friend Ben. He is a classically trained chef, whereas Jamie and I, on the other hand, are normal home cooks.
These guys don't fool me. They've been claiming to be normals for 13 years, whilst clearly cooking every day for a living. You know, like professionally. Shall we start?
Let's do it.
Yeah, all right,
Okay,
cool.
so
5, 4,
3,
2, 1, go!
Can we use the pastry, crumble it up, add some flavour to it, get it in the oven,
Can you put croutons?
spit it up? Yeah, exactly.
see, it's hard for me to speak and cook at the same time. Now, listen, I'm watching this and I'm thinking, I'm super duper focused on the task at hand, but my mouth goes mute. So I'm gonna do my best right now to share what was happening in my mind at this very moment.
I'm trying to focus on the 5 elements of ramen in my mind.
The 5 elements of ramen. That's exactly what's in my mind at this moment. The broth, the noodles, the tare, or the seasoning base, the aroma oil, the toppings. Stick to these, make sure they are done right. And at least I will have a solid base. Will it be enough to win? That I don't know.
I'm gonna start with the broth first.
For the broth, obviously, I had to use the instant pack of dehydrated powder broth, but I was also aware of its potential flaw. These broths, they tend to be unidimensional, so I thought, let's add a few fresh ingredients like carrot, onion, celery, something multidimensional, something that has a bit of life to it.
Barry, we don't have time for you to caress a pork pie.
What I've done is I've taken the pastry off. We're thinking the jelly is just solidified broth. So I've dissolved the jelly. Now, to flavour that stock, red miso. Obviously needs more water.
Now, for the tare or the seasoning base, I went with the super classic combo of sake, mirin, some sort of a sweet wine, but also soy sauce. Reduce that down in the pan, and then you end up with a liquid that is loaded with umami.
Baz,
Yeah.
I've got to use the Carolina Reaper.
Well, just a little bit, Jamie. Please, just a little bit. You know how. Jamie!
You've got to know that we've used it.
Now, not all is bright in the kingdom of Alex, okay? I thought the main flaw of instant ramen noodles is that they are always mushy and overcooked. I thought, easy. I can always par-cook them very briefly, then plunge them in a bath of ice-cold water, and then just reheat them very briefly towards the end. The more you know, didn't work like that. I parboiled them, and then once I placed them in a bath of ice-cold water, they turned into cardboard. They were almost crunchy. Very, very weird.
Don't look over at what Alex is doing.
What are you doing?
I'm trying something. I've never done this before, so I'm trying something.
And now's the time.
Maybe not. I'm not sure about this.
I mean, what do you want? I tried, I failed, so my anxiety went up, and my chances to win went down.
Salmon. So I'm marinating it and we'll blowtorch it. Right, do you want to use exactly the same for the pork?
Right, so I'm squaring off our pork.
Get it in.
We'll go.
Now, for the aroma oil, I went with scallions, garlic, and coriander stems, which I then fried in oil. When you do this, you infuse the oil with flavor. I also thought about killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I thought I can always add these crispy bits to the top of my ramen. This way, the soup will have multiple textures. Huh? Who's the boss now, okay?
Okay, that is done.
That's what we're going to do. Let's just chuck a load of stuff in.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm making flavour.
No, that's not how you make flavour.
This is how you make
You
flavour.
don't put coriander in a broth.
This is flavour building.
In my bowl of ramen, I knew that I wanted some freshness like mushrooms and obviously scallions. I had gochujang pork, which is great because it's basically chashu almost. That's all good. But I also had mozzarella cheese. I mean, that thing sounds horrendous in ramen. Initially, I thought about making it crisp and placing it on top of ramen, but then I thought, is this gonna melt down in the bowl of ramen? Not great. So I wondered if I could turn mozzarella cheese into some sort of a white, tasty oil, then drizzle over the top of my bowl of ramen. The teeny tiny little problem. Finding a way to create that oil would probably take a few hours because I've never done it. A few hours is slightly above what I could afford. But then I remembered the dish I had in the US. Chicken parm is a butterflied chicken breast that is stuffed with mozzarella cheese and then breaded. Gochujang pork and mozzarella cheese. I'm almost seeing a chicken parm and sneaking the mozzarella cheese. It could be pretty fun. It could be pretty tasty.
That's it's go time.
Yeah, black, innit? Yeah, look at that! Pretty, chef?
Yeah. We've got to plate it up.
Do we have tongs?
Yeah.
Mushroom pour over?
Which has got to be quick. Pour over, and then let's decorate the top. I'm not getting a sense of urgency from you.
I'm gonna go with my tare. With the broth. I forgot something.
More flavour, flavour. Not with that, Jamie!
Instantly, one bowl is very, very inviting because ramen is noodle, broth and topping, and this has got lots of broth. Whereas this one, you have to hunt for the broth. It's like a noodle salad with a bit of sauce. But I'm going to try this one first.
He's got the slurp.
He's got the slurp. This guy's got the slurp.
Beautifully cooked salmon. I'm not entirely sure what these crispy bits are. There's some things in here that feel out of place, but on the whole, it's very tasty. I just want more broth. Whereas this one, look at that. Look at that. The clarity on that broth. Some little garlic crisps. Which have got that wonderful kind of taste. That is an unusual experience in a ramen bowl.
That is fusion for sure.
I would typically associate it being a relatively dairy-free option with the richness of maybe an egg yolk, but richness of cheese, I'm on board. Yum. This, I think, is like one big bowl of deliciousness, but it's all kind of the same, which I think is kind of what you'd expect of like a ramen, where this is like noodles and then you get a piece of fish and then you get some radish. Both kind of tasty and both a unique experience that I've never had in a bowl of ramen.
Tick.
Which do I prefer? I think I prefer the protein in this one, whereas here I think I prefer the broth and the noodles and the whole kind of dish as a whole. My winner? But I like the burnt garlic, so it's that one.
You really kept it for the end. I was on the brim of my seat the entire time. Thanks, guys.
Great
It's
job.
been lovely.
Well played.
I'm sorry for your loss, but it's been lovely.
Fair.
I think I was the true winner. So next
Thank
time.
you guys so much. Have a good one.
Thank you. See you soon.
Ah, man, that was very fun. I didn't win by much, but still, I absolutely love this challenge. So much, in fact, that I want to do it again with other YouTube chefs. So, if you've got someone in mind, drop it in the comments below. The game is on.
Well, guys, that was intense. I'm currently in the underground, heading back to Paris. I'm exhausted, but I'm proud. I had to represent for the Ramen gang. 1 point for the team. I really enjoy every second of that collaboration. Make sure to check out their YouTube channel. The Sorted Food team is amazing. We catch up in the next one. Bye bye. Salut.